What is going on, YouTube? This is Adam. I am coach of the Maryland Blue Krabbys, and we are back with our fourth matchup of the GPL Season 1. This week we are taking on the Pittsburgh Steelixes. They are coached by the H-Man 054 is what I think it is. H-Man, I'm sorry if I called you the wrong thing. Much respect and much love. We are back. I do want to apologize first of all for getting this out a little bit late. I had finals this week, which unfortunately meant that I had to battle later on in the week, which unfortunately meant, you can't really record a post-com video until after the battles happen, and work and life and all this other stuff happened. So apologies to getting this out late. We're going to do what we can to make sure that you guys are happy and you have a little bit of explanation behind why I played the way I played this week. But with that, kind of delving back into my personal life just a little bit, we had finals this week. I was able to kind of take care of those, finish up with a good grade, even in spite of like work and life and all the other stuff going on. Yeah, it wasn't too awful stressful. I feel like I should be on the therapist couch because I feel like I'm venting you guys like I'm in need of counseling. But anyway, yeah, I survived, and we're gonna take on the Pittsburgh Steelixes for week 4. They are undefeated, we're undefeated, and at the end of this match, someone is not going to be undefeated anymore. I'm hoping and praying that at the end of the match it'll be him walking away from it, because who wants to lose a match? If you're gonna play to win, right? So what we're bringing this week is we're bringing Mega Charizard, Conch Elder, Alolan Persian, Ditto, Klefki, and Togekiss. I'm gonna go ahead and pop up the match screen just so y'all can see what he brought. He brought Beartick, Toxapex, Heatran, Electros, Buzzwole, and Haxorus. And at first, I looked at this team and was like, okay, cool. Like, this is a really good team for me to play against. Like, I've got a lot of checks and balances to what he's got going on. So I'm going to go ahead and start this, and we'll take it kind of slow, and I'll go by play by play. Right off the bat, I didn't really see why I couldn't lead with Alolan Persian and just, either read reactively or play reactively if I needed to, or just go ahead and hit something pretty hard. So I go ahead and lead with Alolan Persian. He's going to lead off Electros. Can I just stop for a second and admire how cool this spawn looks? Like, I love Electros. Electros is such a monster. It's so bulky, especially when it's shiny. Like, this thing is dope. Like, it is cool, and just getting to play against it. Like, and unfortunately, like, for some reason when I play on my laptop, I have to use the old gen sprites, so this Electros looks like it did when it was black and white, I believe, when it came out. But anyway, it looks really, really cool. So I'm just going to fire off a Snarl here, which is really cool. It does a little bit of damage. I think right off the bat, just based on that damage, that is a V. And he's just going to go straight for the Volt Switch. There's no reason not to. It does a hell of a lot of damage, especially considering the fact that he is -1 on special attack. So that is leading me to believe that he's probably a little bit invested in there. We're not a super invested Alolan Persian, so running some calcs, I think he had just a little bit of investment. Right now, I wanted to go ahead and get some information. This Guardfeld is EV'd to outspeed this Haxorus by 1 point. So if he does outspeed us, he is Scarfed. And he's just going to go straight for the superpower here, which is cool. Like, there was a reason why I let this go down. I just wanted to gain some information, and now I know that he is locked in with a Choice Scarf. I can go out into Charizard. I can go +1 if I so choose. I can throw off a hit. I expected him to go out into Toxapex, so I just go ahead and throw off Dragon Dance here. And right here we're looking kind of good, just because got Discord messages going on. Just because I feel like he's either gonna haze me, or he's gonna try and throw up status, maybe something to kind of handle this Charizard. I kind of expected a haze more than the play that came right here, so I'm gonna go hard out into Conch Elder, and I just wanted to kind of show him, okay, look, I'm gonna try and play mind games too, if that's what you want to do. But he actually goes for a really cool play here. He goes for Rain Dance, and I think that was to help the Beartick setup if need be. And then I see the Buzzwole, and the Buzzwole is going to pose a problem just because I don't have a lot of ways to answer it. If it wants to start setting up on me, it could be a problem, just because I don't have a lot of natural answers to it. Like, when you look at my team, Charizard is really the only thing that wants to try and take it on, and that's not going to be great in the rain. There's not too much that I have on this Charizard outside of Outrage, and that's going to be resisted by the Heatran. So this team that he brought is actually balancing itself really well. That's really cool. Props to the H-Man. Just because this team is like, you know, on paper, you look at it and you're like, wow, okay, it's got a lot of holes, but the way he plays actually balances it really well. So I just go for a bulk up. I wanted to see what his set was, and right here we see he's gonna bulk up too. And at this point, I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is not fun. This is no bueno. I just wanted to see what he was gonna go for here. I believe he goes for a lunge. When we go out into Archie, the Togekiss, for those of you that watch the team builder, or not the team builder, the draft recap, I need to give Togekiss all the luck this season. So I'm going, for some reason, it just reminds me of like, you know, Catholicism, and I wanted to go with the Archbishop Togekiss this week. So I figured, you know, why not Togekiss? Because why not name Togekiss Archie? So right here, I just want to go ahead. I kind of want to make a read. I don't expect him to stay in. Looking at my team, this BUZZHOLY is so good. So he goes for the lunge. It's not going to do much, even though he is at +1. Minus attack is not a big deal for us. We are leftovers. We have no investment in attack anyway. He is going to get the heck out of here. And right now, I just want to throw off an air slash. And that's just good damage. Like, there was nothing that really wanted to come in and take this on. But looking at my team now, there's really no reason not to pick Volt Switch. So here I can do one of two things. We outsped him. So I can either go out into Ditto, try and soak up a Volt Switch, and then Volt Switch on out, which, you know, doesn't really help me that much. Or I can go for sub and let him Volt Switch and break my sub and stay in. So it's kind of a rudimentary way to kind of soak up a hit and be just fine afterwards. So Bigfoot comes out. I have really no reason not to go out into Klefki. Anything he wants to do, I mean, outside of Waterfall, he's not going to hurt too much. If we get frozen, it's not going to be a good time. But there's really no reason not to go out into Klefki, so I go right out into Jingly Boy. We are going to take an Ice Punch. It does a pretty good amount of damage. It is a crit. I don't think the crit matters too much in the long game. And right here, he makes a really good play. It goes out into Mamba. And I don't think he made this play predicting what I did. I just think it was like an all-around well cover. Because I go for a switcheroo here, and I have a lagging tail. And like I said earlier, I think this thing is AV. And so we can't switcheroo again. In fact, the only attack we have is foul play. So we're in trouble now because there is no way I am staying in. We have no way to defog. We're in a world of hurt because I don't want to necessarily let this thing stay in, but I also really don't have any other play but to kind of, you know, play around this at this point. So he is just going to go Volt Switch, I believe, here. That's a really good amount of damage, and Best Suit and Tie is getting whittled. There's really no reason for him to not go out into BUZZHOLY here. So I'm going to go Charizard on his bulk up, and here I kind of had a 50-50, and what I wanted to do, okay, so let me frame this match for you real fast. I know that he needs this BUZZHOLY. He knows, or at least I think he does. I think he knows that he needs this BUZZHOLY. So right here, I attempt to make a Balls of Steel play, and I attempt to Dragon Dance in this thing's face. And it is a play that does not bode well for me, because he goes straight for the Stone Edge, he smacks us, he spanks us, and he says, no, not in my face. And so now this BUZZHOLY is sitting here, and it is not a good time. So we do have to go out into Archie. That was one of those plays where I kind of predicted him to value it a little bit more than he did, or maybe he was, you know, maybe he was playing chess and I'm playing checkers. And, you know, it was one of those plays where it worked out. Like, good deal. I didn't expect Flare Blitz to kill, but I knew it did a lot of damage, and it brought it down to a position where anything else on my team could kind of take care of it outside of Klefki. So I kind of predicted him to go either out into Heatran or Toxapex, knowing full well that he had two walls that were sitting there. But, you know, it worked out for him. So what can you do? We go out into Archie, and I am, you know, I have to make some plays here to try and get us back in this game. He does have the air balloon on this. It's not a problem. We go for Air Slash just because it's free damage on whatever he wants to go out to. If he went into Haxorus, I wanted to go straight out into Klefki. We do have the Aura Sphere just because right here, you know, like I said, I have to get myself back into this play, back into the game. He knows that my Klefki, my only defogger, does not have access to defog anymore because I am assault vested. So I predict him to put up rocks here. He does put up rocks, which is absolutely a-okay. I mean, as far as, like, it's not a-okay, but it, you know, worst case scenario in the long run, it's not going to be what kills us. So I'm just going to throw off another air slash here. I do know that I need the flinch, otherwise we're going to be in trouble. I wish I had saved that flinch for later because I am going to need another one if I want to win this game. And right now I'm just going to throw off, I believe it is yet another substitute. Kind of predicting him to either swap out during my Aura Sphere. So I am going to go for air slash. It does a good amount of damage. I really, like I said, I need the flinches if I want to stay in this game, just because it is going to be a problem for me to wear this thing down, and I do need Togekiss to have a sub up. When you look at his team, not too much is going to outspeed us naturally. The Haxorus, just because the Scarf is going to be able to outspeed us, but it can't lock itself into anything right now that can sweep the team, and that's why I need Klefki around, because it kind of prevents a one-size check-all, if that makes any sense. So he's not gonna get flinched. Like I said, I can't be too mad at that. I knew week 1 we were gonna have some issues when we got all of the hacks in week 1. So you know, I can't really be too mad. I can't be asking for flinches every week. Otherwise, you know, I've got a serious lack of skill that could play into this season. So he's going to go into Sharpoon here. Like I said, I need the Klefki around for this reason, and I kept Klefki around for this reason. So I am going to go hard on the Klefki to kind of see what he wants to lock himself into. And he throws off the Rock Slide, which is okay. Like, you can tell it's not doing too much. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot to hit things with, and I don't want to just throw off an attack. So I am going to double back into Archie, kind of predicting this Heatran to come back out. The only thing we can do is foul play. I think he knows that. Here, I don't want to over predict. I just go for Aura Sphere. Ends up knocking out the Heatran, which is cool. I'm thinking, all right, we're in a pretty decent spot. He is going to go back out into Electros, and this is where I'm saying, like, I wanted the flinch, I needed the flinch. Archie is the Archbishop of Pokemon. He's lucky. He is going to bring us home, right? Yes? Does a lot of damage. It's so juicy. Wrong. Boom, roasted. So this is probably the game right here, because we now no longer have any answer for BUZZHOLY. So we thought that we were bringing the holy power of Togekiss, whereas we should have been watching out for the BUZZHOLY, just because this thing is a monster, and I lost my checks to it early, just you know, not playing the best that I could have. And you know, there's really no sense in saying, you know, shoulda, woulda, coulda, because I didn't. You know, it's Pokemon. You live and you learn. You make mistakes, and that's how you get better. It was a crazy quick game, which I really appreciate. I know I've mentioned this before, but I love when my opponents come in and they know exactly what they want to do. Most games we don't play with a timer on. When I play on cart, I love to have the timer just because it really shows you, you know, who is prepared and who is not. Usually, if you're taking 5 minutes to pick a play, that's not a good sign. And right here we are swapping bulk ups and drain punches, but it's clear that we're going to lose this 1v1. I just needed to get it into a range, maybe get a crit, where I could go in with Ditto and kind of maybe reverse sweep the rest of his team. But like I was saying, this was a pretty quick match. I was doing it Mother's Day morning. Like I said, you know, semester wrapped up Saturday night. We did this Sunday morning, which was Mother's Day. So like, I don't know if he knew it was Mother's Day. I knew it was Mother's Day, and I think maybe we were just like, you know what, we got to go make breakfast for Mom. So yeah, you know, it was a pretty fast match. I thought it was, you know, it was as great as a loss can be, but I enjoyed it. Like, this was a pretty cool team. Like I mentioned earlier, looking at this team on paper, it doesn't look like it would work together well, but he plays it really well. So yeah, we're just gonna be able to sit in here. We are slowly losing HP. Yeah, it's just not a good time. For those of you that haven't kept up with the GPL, not the GPL, the P4G, that is something that I'm really enjoying right now. Is like Pokemon for Glory League, where they don't use any OU Pokemon. And I'm thinking about maybe starting a league where that is what the coaches play with. I think it'd be really cool to have a league where coaches are kind of forced to use lower tier mons, just to kind of mix things up a little bit. That'd be really cool in my opinion, and that's something that I'd enjoy doing, just to kind of make me a better player. Because like, I enjoy playing League, I really do, but I feel like sometimes I rely too much on my stronger mons as like a crutch instead of using the unique sets you can sometimes kind of see in lower tiers. So we are going to go out into Ditto here. We are +2, +3, which is really cool. We do get a Stone Edge. It's not going to be great. He gets a Stone Edge here. We we are kind of swapping damage right back and forth. We do miss, and he is going to connect. I believe he crits us here. Yeah, he does crit us here, which, you know, in the long game, it doesn't really matter much. If we were able to get a Stone Edge crit and then another crit, it might have mattered a little bit more, but it really isn't going to take too much away from us. We are going to get spanked by the Pittsburgh Steelixes. It was a really good game for him, really poor showing for us, but I don't know if that's as much like just me playing poorly or him just playing well, because he played lights out. Like I said, he was probably playing chess and I was playing checkers. We do get the crit there. Would have probably helped if we had landed our earlier Stone Edge, but it wasn't too much. I was preparing, you know, I was so disappointed in Clucky right there, because I was waiting for him to just go in there with his assault vest and just go ham on that team, because, you know, look at him. I mean, we could definitely 1v1 that Toxic Hex with foul play, and you know, the Haxorus, I'm sure we can take care of. But anyway, no, that was a great game. As great as a game can be when you take an L and get spanked doing it. But I had a good time, and I appreciate. I'm not sure what the Steelix's coach's real name is, but the H-man was really cool. He was really flexible this week. I really appreciate that, just because I don't like to be a pain in the rear end for my opponents. I like to try and be as flexible as possible. And this week I was like almost. I don't want to say not. I was probably a pain in the butt to deal with, just because I was like, I think I can do it Sunday, and then I ended up having to change the time a little bit forward for him. So I really appreciate him being flexible, and I appreciate him being like a class act. It was a good game, and I hope we get to play him again later in the season. But we do take our first loss. You know, it is what it is. There's never a good time. If you're okay with taking a loss, like, then you need to find a different game, because, you know, you should always be competing for the win. But it was a good game, and props to his prep, because he prepped really well. He played really well, and yeah, we'll be back. We're playing Atlanta on Thursday, which is a few days from now. I'm gonna go ahead and get this video up for you all as soon as possible. But like I said, this is Adam. I'm coach of the Maryland Blue Krabbies, and we will see you all next week. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Peace.